Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. Today is January 7th, 2021 in the afternoon. As I said yesterday, today we will continue with working on the round-drilled snowman. As you can see, like I told you yesterday, I told you I will section off the diamond painting. If I may ask you, please hit the like and the subscribe button so I know which videos you like. I can improve myself and not bore you with lousy videos. I am learning. So let me tell you why there are two tapes over here in the middle. I will take my craft knife and gently cut between these two tapes. Now remember, I'm the grandmother that cannot make a straight line. And then, presumably, we can lift this section of our diamond painting up to the blue washi tape line. Close your eyes, I'm going to move the camera. Okay. Now, this makes it easier to work on this. Oops, before I stab myself. Okay. Now, the other thing I told you, when you get your kit, everything is included in your kit. So what I am doing is I am trying to use the toolkit and what was included in the kit. So these are a beautiful sparkly round drills. This is the tool. The only thing I did is I put a multiplacer on the top of it and a squishy that I had left over. So we are going to work on the letter L, which is a blue color. I am shaking the tray to line them up, you see, to make a line. Actually, if you do it gently, you get a much better result. And then we are going to practice using the multiplacer. I am not a big fan of it for the simple reason, which you all know. And then we rock and roll. We dip, and then we find a sixth place. Do you think I can find it? Of course not. Why would I? Yes, we will find a place to put these drills. Take my word for it. Yes, we do. And we rock and roll in it. And then we'll take the other side and use a single placer because I am being totally helpless. Yes, this is what happens. I did not cut it exactly on the side, so I will take my X-Acto knife and I will cut this little bit off, which seems to be in my way, and we can't have that. There we go. All done. You see, there are no big problems with diamond painting, especially when your drills are this clear. So tell me, how are you doing today? How are you feeling? Now that the holidays are all over, are you like I am, unwinding in this miserable weather? Perfect time for crafting. I am still in the process of reading the gnome pattern. Bear with me. I will learn that pattern. If it kills me, I will learn it. Because it interests me, first of all. When I made the first gnome that's hanging on my entrance door, I have no idea why, but when I put his mustache on, I smiled, and I was in a pretty lousy mood. Now, do gnomes have some sort of magic? This is the wax that came with the kit, you remember, and you're in your unboxing. And what I do is take my drill pen, stick it in there, twist it around, and presumably it is already filled up. I have no response or email about the frame for the bird feeder, but let's all calm down. We have a beautiful little red bird on this one also, and we have 4 birds on the next spring project. I don't know. I have never made so many birds since I started diamond painting. This is not the year of the bird, this is the year of the bull, if I remember correctly. I'm not good at Chinese New Year's. Anyway, absolutely magnificent paintings. I am so happy I discovered diamond painting. Let me tell you, it helped me through many great days. This washing tape, now let me tell you something about washi tape. It's real pretty, but it doesn't stick very well, right? But it serves our purpose because we don't want sticky residue on our kit. Now, I folded back the paper, and usually what I have is a minder. I forgot the English. That we would put on there to keep the paper from flipping back. Yes, it does have a name, but I forgot the English name of it. Do forgive me. I mean, there's 4 languages spoken in this house, and out of the 4, I only understand 2. This is called a cover minder. Thank you, my tired brain. See, I am single placing because there aren't really that long line for the bigger multi-placing, and I will switch to my 4-placer. However, I did not show you, there is also a 3-placer. This is a 6-placer. Again, the light. Oh dear. And this is our 4-placer. So maybe we should try this 3-placer. See if we can learn this one. I'm ready to learn every day. We picked up 3, and that's fine. 3 with the symbol L. There we go. Oh, this is fantastic. Now we picked up 2 instead of 3. That's okay. We will find a 2. We should really fill it up. And then press it in and take off the excess. Now, let's see if this will work better. I am positive it will. So let's pick up 3, I said, not 1. Oh, dear me. You know, I'm beginning to feel like a total, well, we won't go into that. So you're going to fall all over the place. We're going to go back to single placing. Let's try why. Why, she asks, don't you want to work? I mean, you know, this just won't do. We are not quitting until it works. Press it in, and there we go. We got 3 of them. Stubbornness does pay off. Not often, but I am stubborn. There we go. This is very nice, actually. See? Keep at it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I am totally serious about that. But we need to fill up the end too. So we stick it in, roll it around, maybe stick it in again, roll it around, and now we should have it all filled up. And we're going with the single placing of these beautiful blue drills. I keep on saying beautiful, but let me tell you, the colors are absolutely wonderful. They are not too bright. They are not oversaturated. I would say that they are close to nature's color, although I don't think that this painting was supposed to be imitation of nature. This is a Christmas diamond painting that came late, but we do not make an issue about it because we are happy when the kit comes, you know. So as I showed you, everything that I showed you, the drill pen, the boat, the drills, the wax, the multiplacer, the squishy, all comes in your kit. So actually you really don't need anything else to buy. You have everything in your kit. This is what I was trying to prove when I told you I will work with the items that came in the kit. When I got my first kit, this is what I worked with. I did not have any storage utilities, units. I worked out of the baggies, and it worked just fine because I wanted to start a kit as soon as I got it. And I was in such a rush to finish the bird feeder because I got these 2 new diamond paintings. And you do remember we were doing the bird feeder together. There was a lot of confetti, so it was slow work. And I understand that if you look at the same diamond painting on a video over and over again, you get bored with it. But it's my way of working that I work at 1 drill at a time, 1 diamond painting at a time. So now since we have a 4-placer, let's put the 4-placer. Now I did buy this extra drill pen for the very simple reason that I'm sure many of us have arthritis in our hand, and this thicker, wider drill pen seems to help relieve some of the pain, and I switch the pens around. And now I see quite a few 3 symbols together, so we will use our 3-placer. Now, all these multiplacers were included in the kits. Sometimes you get one type, sometimes you get another kind. It depends, you know, what the store is able to get their hands on. they can only ship what is available to them also, you know. They have the same problem that we do as far as refreshing their inventory, but they do try their best. I have no complaints. When you do order, do try to remember the circumstances. Do try to remember that they are human beings also. Don't be like, you know, the customer service I had a problem with yesterday. I told you about that. And after she slammed the phone down, she called back. And she goes, "Are you sure you don't want the extra pair of shoes? They are on sale." I said, I believe I have repeated myself at least 10 times and sent you an email that you are trying to sell me a pair of shoes that I do not want. And you want me to pay extra for it when I already have a pair, all paid for and delivered. So she hung up again. I said, well, you know, lack of manners, it's okay. No wonder that company has a lot of problems. I am sure with unemployment the way it is, that store owner could get a more reliable help. Young people are always looking for work. Even the scholarships are not substantial enough for our people in higher education. Of course, in this country, they do have student loans. But you know how student loans go. You finish your higher education and then you're struggling to pay off the loan. I am lucky. I think when I was attending college, things were a lot simpler. I do think the young people have a very difficult time nowadays. Do you agree? Especially, you know, in this country, this is Eastern Europe. They're just beginning to give a lot of help, financial help, for young couples that want to start a family, help them get to housing. There are not that many rentable properties, so if you cannot afford to build your own house, and if you are not lucky enough to be able to live with your parents, you are up the creek without a paddle. So now they have a lot of programs to help the young couples and to encourage the young couples to have babies, because our population is getting old, you know, talking about old Europe, you know. And young people were busy making a career. Of course, both mother and father must work to make ends meet. And that cut down on the likelihood of having, you know, more than one child, maximum 2. I have 4 children, but I had them in America. So, you know, when I came back to this country and I said, I have 4 children, they said, oh my goodness, 4? And I just looked, you know, I said, it's a perfectly normal amount of kids in America, at least in my day and age, you know, because I was raised, you know, you go to school, you get a diploma, you get married, you raise kids. And then, you know, like I told you before, they asked, why are you getting a diploma? I said, so I don't raise stupid kids. That's it. But let me tell you, I do encourage higher education, get a job, because you never know what can happen in life. Like I became a widow. Let's see, 2001, so 20 years ago. And I had a 7-year-old at home. I was too young to get widow's benefits. And the little boy was going to school. Now you have to remember, I have 2 citizenships, so I pay taxes to 2 countries. And not one of the countries would help. The only help they offered is to take the little boy into an institution, and I said, over my dead body. So I do encourage, even if you are planning to be a housewife, a stay-at-home mom, and please don't tell me that, oh, you don't work, you just stay at home. Yep, I work my rear end off. Even if you decide on that and you have a choice, you are blessed if you have a choice. I had a choice. You never know what can come, what can happen. And it's good if you have the education and the skills to fall back upon. Honestly. I learned that the hard way. Of course, then I went out and got a job, but since I had no experience, and my diploma was rather old at that time, and I was in a different country. However, by that time I did speak the Hungarian language well. I knew very, very basic Hungarian when I came back from the US. And I learned together with my 3 children that came with me. The 4th stayed at home because he was finishing high school. And we learned together the Hungarian. The only Hungarian I knew was from the church. In America, we had an English-Hungarian Lutheran church. My father was the minister. And so the Hungarian I knew was from the Bible and the hymnals. And the Hungarian cooking we did with the Ladies Guild. You know, church dinners to raise a little money for etc., that's needed in every congregation. So we learned together. Of course, the children learned extremely fast. And I do know this from experience that I did not speak English when my parents took me to America. And I learned very fast also. So when over here, the teachers were astounded what to do with 3 American children that do not speak Hungarian. I told them, first of all, these children's parents, both, are born Hungarians. So it is mandatory that they attend school. They must go to school. Well, they started, oh, we're going to need a translator with them. And do they have their shots? And I said, they're children. Just like the other children. You know? They don't have horns and a tail. And I was really angry because they would say, oh, these children are English. No, they speak English, but they are American. And I brought up to one of the teachers, I said, it's a sad state of affairs when your students cannot tell the difference that England and America are 2 different countries. And she just looked at me like, I said, yes. My point is that they should know this by, let's say, 7th, 8th grade. Don't you think? So we had experiences. Let me not tell you what I did with a wood-burning stove. Correct? I come from the city. I'm a city girl. We landed in my father's village. Half the village have relatives. I don't know anybody. Now I do. But at that time, I would say hello to everybody, you know, perhaps their relative. How should I know? There was what is called a tea stove in the kitchen. It was a wood-burning stove. Cute little stove. I loved it, actually. It was November and cold. And the workers were working in a bathroom. There was no indoor plumbing. Yes, folks, we had an outhouse. In winter. Nope, I do not recommend it. Cold. So the workers were working, and I was in the kitchen. There was no gas. We had to buy gas, you know, by the, whatever that thing is, drum. There was no gas coming on the ground. So I had to make a fire in this stove, this cute little stove. So I took some wood, I took some paper. You know, I was very clever. Hey, I was a Girl Scout. I know how to make fire. You know, made a little triangle, put the paper in the middle, lit it, close the door, open the bottom. Next thing you see is smoke pouring out all over the place. I mean, you have never seen smoke like that. Smoke signals would have been nothing compared to that. At this point, one of the workers that was working in the bathroom came out, asked me what I'm doing. I said, I'm making a fire in the wood-burning stove that I want to cook on. So what he did was open a little lever on the side, which now I know opens up the chimney. You see, I had the chimney closed. So the smoke, instead of going up in a chimney, came down and filled up the whole kitchen, the hallway. You know, it was cross-ventilation time. This man said nothing. He just went, flipped the lever, and went back to the bathroom. And I stood there like a total imbecile. And then I started laughing. Then the man came back. He said, "Ma'am, could you please go outside? I think you need some fresh air." I said, "Thank you." Now that I feel like a total idiot, yes. So that was my first experience making a fire. Now the oil heater was even better. In each bedroom there was an oil heater, you know, one of those white things with oil in it and then makes heat, okay? Well, there was no problem. They were filled up, lit it, okay. And then it started going boom. And I go, uh-oh, I think we're going to blow up the house. So frantically, I called my cousin. I said, "Excuse me, I think I'm about to blow up the house." He goes, "Oh, these Americans, I swear they're going to drive me crazy." I said, "Okay, calm down." "So I drive you crazy. That's okay. There's an institution for crazy persons. No problem." So he came in and he flipped the little lever. I said, "You have to, why are all the chimneys closed?" So, people, in order to have a fire, you must open the chimney. Otherwise, the smoke comes in. And the reason that the oil stove was making that noise was because it was getting too much air, you know? So the air was going boom, you know, like a balloon. It was going like that. Oh, let me tell you, I have experiences you would not believe in this country. You would not believe. Even I don't believe. And we survived them all. English lessons, Hungarian lessons in the bathtub. 2 children sitting in a bathtub learning Hungarian, you know, with little verses. And laughing at mommy because they could pronounce it better than me, who was born in this country. Oh, okay. There was many things that we had to learn. And one of these days, I will start telling you stories and stories and stories. Now we're going to switch to another blue color. This is a question mark. See? And in the same tray that was given to us by the company, it's included in every kit. Either this tray or my other tray that is more my favorite. This one, this also came in a kit. And then there's the real big trays, like these. I like the ones with the spout because when you're finished, it's easier to return the drills back into the container. So we don't need this right now. We said we are going to work with what we got. And, okay, let's play with our 6 placer because I see a number of places where we could use it. So put it down, rock and roll. You know, we learned this yesterday, to rock and roll. And if you're not clumsy like me, you can make a straight line. Okay. Dip our drill pen, put it down, and then rock and roll. There we go. Believe me, folks, if I can do it, you can do it, anybody can do it. Right here, we have a whole bunch of these symbols, and we put it down. These round drills are a bit easier to place, in my opinion, because you don't have to put it as close as the square ones. However, you cannot beat the detail. And don't worry, when you are all finished putting the drills down, those will not show, and nobody's going to sit on top of your diamond painting and look this close as you are when you are making it. Correct? The first one I made was a round one, a scene of the sea, which is on a wall, and this is a 3. So we put a 3 over there, no problem. Okay, and we are still on the question mark. I see a 3 over here, so we put the 3 drills over there. So if you want to hear more stories about my first, let's say, year in Hungary, you need to tell me in the comment section. And believe me, I have a good sense of humor, which comes in handy because I can laugh at myself. I did the most ridiculous things. You know, a city girl trying to survive in a village. Believe me, it was no easy feat. And yes, we even had a pig, you know, butchered and worked up for the freezer, which in the village people, they usually do maybe twice a year. Although now, of course, we do have regular supermarkets with frozen meat, fresh meat. But it is a tradition at the house to whatever you can on your own, your vegetables, your meat. Some places they still have dairy cows, 1 or 2 at the houses. But most of the young people went to work in the city, so they really cannot be bothered to take care of animals, because, you know, animals is 24/7, 365 days a year. There's never any vacation or taking a day off or anything else. They need care all the time. And they just, young people just can't do it because they cannot make a living from the farm. And they want to educate their children also, which costs a lot of money. So they work in a workplace other than just the farm work. Which I understand, because I returned to Hungary at a time when it was new to democracy. And a lot of changes were taking place. But there's help for mothers who want to work as far as daycare. At age 3, the children start mandatory kindergarten. And at age 6 or 7, depends on their birth date, they start grade 1. They don't have kindergarten here. Like in America, my kids went at age 5. So from age 3 to 6 or 7, as I said, depends on what month they were born. They go to kindergarten, and then they are tested if they are ready to enter into school. And it's a beautiful little ceremony. The first graders go over to the kindergartners, to the other building, and they walk the little ones over to the first grade, where they will go in September. It's a cute little ceremony, and of course, mommies all cry like I did, because they're so cute. There's a little kids all bright-eyed, looking around. You know, you keep on telling them you're a big boy, you're a big girl. You're going where the big boys and big girls are. And they're looking like, I don't want to go, Mommy. And I say, well, you must go. But I don't want to go, Mommy. And then, you know, we mommies just look at each other crying, you know, like little kids. And then we started laughing. Yeah. My kids have outgrown these things. But they're lovely memories. There are advantages and disadvantages of living in a village. The town I live in is, shall we say, a small city. There's hospital, there's higher learning. Hubby works here. So we decided to move here and rent a very, very tiny flat. Right now the walls are covered with diamond painting. And there's more, and hubby's going, do you really need more diamond painting? And I go, yes I do. No, you don't need, yes I do need more diamond painting. And I have 3 more ordered. So he has given up, you know, arguing with me that I don't need any more diamond painting. Listen, when you start diamond painting, you get addicted. I mean, there are worse things I can get addicted to. I gave up smoking 2 years ago, and this drill is upside down. So, out of unhealthy addictions, I have now a very pleasant addiction. I do crafts. I never had time to do crafts when my children and my family was younger. So now I am enjoying my grandma years and doing crafts. And I learned this is very good as far as getting some brain cells working that you usually would not use. This prevents, there's a very high problem with dementia in this country. I don't know about the American, how prevalent it is, but in this country it is very high. And the experts say that you need to exercise your brain just like you exercise your body. And I always thought my children and grandson is the one that keeps me young, and they do, believe me. When my son was 7 years old, we learned to use a computer together. The only thing I knew was where the on and the off button was. And I was looking at my Facebook. I think it said I'm a member since 2009. I thought it was much longer than that, but then I had to switch internet providers and I lost my other email. Even on the YouTube, I was at the same time. And so those records were all lost somewhere with the email address of the other internet provider, which is not allowed in this apartment house. I guess they had a little tiff, so the owner did not allow Telecom to come into this apartment house, which got me very upset because I had everything connected to that email address, and there's absolutely no way to get it back. I've tried. Are you crafting along with me? What are you working on? Put it in the comment section. Have you tried diamond painting? I cannot recommend a store because this doesn't say where it came from. It only says the company that sold it here in Hungary. But as far as where the original came from, I don't know. I have the Evermoment website from AliExpress on the bird feeder page. With this one, I only have a Hungarian store name. Like I said, I'm sure they must get their supplies from China, but it's very good quality, this much I must say. And from what I have seen on Facebook, another brand new store with a diamond painting and paint by number opened since the holidays. So I presume that this craft is really catching up on in Hungary. When I started in last spring, I think I started last March, and it took about 3-4 months to get my first kit. When I started, there was no diamond painting store, no place to get the drill containers, no place to get anything from. So I had to order everything from, you know, AliExpress, Etsy, eBay, Amazon, you name it. I had to go everywhere trying to collect the items that I needed. Or shall I say the items that I wanted, because I saw creators, you know, with beautiful drill pens and bolts and cover minders, and I said, I have to have that, and I have to have that, and I have to have that. And my husband's going, no, you don't have to have that. And I'm going, yes, I do have to have that. Because that's part of crafting, I think, is enjoying the extras. After a while, at first, no, I would not suggest that you invest in it until you do your first diamond painting. And after that, you're hooked anyway, so you're going to get the stuff. Because it's so beautiful. And I think with any craft, you don't just have like one knitting needle or one crochet hook or anything like that. You have a whole different set for different projects. But again, I had this question when I first ordered, is everything included in the kit? Yes, everything is included for you to begin doing diamond painting in the kit, honestly. I speak from experience. This is why I am not affiliated with with any company, because what I recommend to you, I did it. If I don't like something, I will tell you I don't like it, or this was not good, or this company needs to improve. Oh, we have our first garbage. With the bird feeder, can you imagine? I had no garbage at all. It's amazing. I really think it is. Because you can expect, you know, a few. Most of the time, this is made by computers. And majority of the companies will package the diamond kits with love and with care. But sometimes mistakes happen, and you just get in touch with the company, and they will make every effort to correct the problem because they want you for a customer. I mean, some of the diamond painters have a collection of, let's say, 100 kits. Not me. So I told my hubby, calm down. I don't have that many yet. I haven't built up a stash because, first of all, I have to wait months to get over here. So I have time to finish whatever I am working on. However, I do plan ahead, so I always have a diamond painting to work on. I think that's the only reason that I don't have a stash yet. I have a few over there waiting already, all kitted up. This is why we had a problem kitting up this diamond painting, because my containers are already in use, ready for the next project. And in the meantime, I'm working on my little gnome. It looks promising, you know, doesn't look perfect, but it looks promising. Since I did learn last year the basics of amigurumi, that makes it a lot easier, you know, as far as making a magic circle, and then, you know, chain 6, and then the next, in the next round, you increase, and then you have 12 stitches. Yes, I have to have a pattern like that. in order for me to get anywhere. That's how basic I am as far as crocheting goes. Then I learned Tunisian crochet, simple stitch, that I made a cover and a pillowcase for the grandson's crib blanket. I think of one of my videos I was crocheting along to a story I was telling. Tomorrow's Friday's story time. I have not picked out the story that I will tell tomorrow, but it will be a folk tale. Folk tale, fairy tale, whichever. I call it folk tale because the folk tale goes by word of mouth. You know, over generations through generations. Yes, I'm fooling around with this one drill because it's still in the tray and it fits over there. And this one fits over here. And we put it all down. We got this much done, which is good. We will work on the same section tomorrow. And if I get delivery, then maybe I can show you how I seal the bird feeder that is already finished. You don't have to seal it. You don't have to frame it. I mean, these drills are there to stay. They're not going anywhere once you put them down here. What I usually do is I take my cover, you know, that we put up, and I put it down. So I don't have any pets or anything else, but to keep it nice and neat and clean. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending time with me. Hope to see you tomorrow also. Please hit the like button. Goodbye for now. Bye.